Can you be first on your? There's no rules. There's no rules. There is rules, but right. Go ahead and take these. That way, I'm not shouting. Thanks. All right. So, what's up, guys? Welcome to. I am going to be deeming as monthly stream. I'm going to start doing more streams. But it's also a good place for things I don't want to make a full thing that I wanted to talk about with sponsors, partnerships, transparency. The reason that is because I've made YouTube partner at least the first level, and nabbed my first partner. That got me to talking with people. Yeah, my internet's being a fucking turd. Hold on. Let me listen to it and see what it sounds like. Yeah, the internet's been a absolute ball ache today. How do we sound? Do we sound any better? Smart. Okay. I'll make some shorts with you guys. Just I got to get my ducks in a row here. All right, so it should be better. Let me know if it sounds better. Like I said, the internet's been an absolute ball ache today, so what I have. I'm just gonna repeat the part of the good news is that I made YouTube partner the first level, which means I can start having the conversation about how to actually turn this into like a break-even kind of business, and they got me talking family members and friends about what to expect and what I hate to see in the YouTube space and what I'm going to try to avoid. The other part of this is to talk about, a lot of you guys know me, all the OGs are here, but there are quite a few new people, and they don't know me like you guys know me, so it'd be a nice introduction to me as to what you can expect when it comes to working with companies, making money, and all that jazz. But it also serves as kind of like a brainstorm or powwow with other people who want to create content and work with companies. Not telling anybody how to do your business, but it's just the way that I like to do it and the things I like to see, and I feel like I've got a pretty good thumb on the pulse for most people. So that's what we're gonna do that, and then we're just gonna chat. If you guys have questions and stuff, let me know in the chat and whatnot. So to start off, like I said, I made YouTube partner, like the first part of it, and what that means is things like open up for me, like memberships, super chats, things like that, direct ways for people to support if they want to support. I'm not going to be one of those guys that pushes it super hard. I'll make mention of it like in a couple of videos or whatever. As I firmly believe right now, most important way for you guys to interact is to like share and like the videos and stuff like that, just to get more audience into this. But I do have to start thinking about what YouTube as a job looks like for me. Many of you guys, all the guys in chat know me. One of the worst things that I hear, for the most part, and this is a generalization, and I'm sure you've heard me say this before, I hate it when people say I spent my own money on this product. It's fairly disingenuous, and if you don't know the person, you don't know if they're fully transparent. So that's where I wanted to start. I was thinking about like, you'll see up here in some videos it says paid promotion, things like that. What does that mean? And then sometimes you won't see that, and it is a paid promotion and they're not doing it. What does that mean? And other times you hear the words, I paid my own money. That person's got to make money somehow. So how are they making money? They're not legally, able to. Holy shit. Ride Smart. 5 memberships already. I fucking love you guys. But yeah, the people that say that I spend my own money on things, we'll start there. It's a business. YouTube is a business for most people. I know that we all kind of are nostalgic for the era of YouTube as just a place for people to put out stuff just for putting it out. But the reality is, corporate working for other people sucks for a lot of people, and this has become a great tool for people to chase something creative and fulfilling and actually turn it into a job. So that's the reality that we're in right now, is that people have to toe that line and figure out how to make it a business. It'd be nice if we could just do this and then exist and money didn't exist and we didn't have to worry about it to pay bills and whatnot. But a lot of people are joining in on this full-time creation because it is a very rewarding experience to be able to be in control of your own thing and all that jazz. Legally speaking, through federal guidelines, you have to disclose whether or not you're making money from an interaction or a relationship with a business. For instance, if I get paid to review a product, which I will never accept money to review a product, but that's for a little bit later. I have to, legally speaking, have to tell you that I am making money through my relationship with that company. Same is true through everybody that is on YouTube. The other side of that is YouTube's guidelines. And here's where it gets a little murky, because technically speaking, everybody that receives a product or service from a company to be featured in a video has to have that paid promotion thing. You have to click the box. That's their guidelines. It specifically and explicitly says that if there's a product or a service that you have been given in return for a video or review, you have to put that up there. Us boners love you too. My buddies saw one of you guys type that in a comments, the boners thing, and that's all they've been calling you guys now. So it's official. We're all boners. I'm working on a sticker for you. Got my iPad right here. I've been doodling. I will always put the paid promotion if I've received something or review. That's just, I want to be completely transparent with people and be like, hey, this item was sent to me as per YouTube's guidelines. I am clicking that button to let you know that it's a paid promotion. I would love for us to be able to delineate the difference between, like, I received a product or I'm receiving money. Most people are pretty good about saying, like, hey, I'm not getting paid, but they did send us out. Generally how it's handled. But you should be pushing this button that puts the paid promotion thing up in the corner, because that's what YouTube says, and I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube. It's also dishonest, because people need to know that you, at a glance, that's the relationship. Saying that, I've reached out to several companies in the past little while, and the first channel partnership couldn't be a better one, and it's Cardo. It's the one thing that I ride with every single time, no matter what bike or what helmet. I have my Cardo. All you guys use Cardo too. If you don't, this is disclaimer. I don't receive anything from them yet, but I do have an affiliate code and a discount code they've made available through my channel. It's Yankee, YankiRides. There should be a link in the description. You don't have a Cardo and you ride with other people and you like to ride with music, get it. but they're the first channel partnership that I had, and so I have to start thinking about things about how do I want to handle it. The people that don't know me personally, not like you guys watching. There are a few things that I'm not going to cross over, and that is accepting money for reviews. It's the one thing. I think I watched a Jake the Garden Snake video, and we're like same kind of mindset. I don't believe that you should things that you're receiving money for, like a review. Like, here's my review of this product. They are paying me to do the review. A showcase of an item, maybe. An ad in the middle of it, like a 30-second ad, probably. I don't see any problem with that because I'm not telling you to go buy it. I'm just showing it to you. But a review is weird. I don't like it, but I'm not going to hate on anybody that does paid reviews. It's just when you come to my channel, when I have an item for a review, it will either be something that was sent to me or something I already had. Like maybe I bought it a little bit. Yeah, you should definitely replace your Senna. I thought I had it up here. Oh, yeah, I do. I've had the Edge since it was launched. I had the pre-launch version. This is the same one. It's got like 50,000 plus miles on it. Ran through winters and storms and dust and everything, and this is still kicking. And if you know anything about my music tastes and my preferred volume, the fact that the speakers haven't blown out is freaking amazing. These things are awesome. I'm gonna sound like a shill when it comes to Cardo, but like I honestly do believe that this is like the best Bluetooth unit that's out there. I've used it, and now they have really cool stuff like being able to record directly to like the Insta 360 Ace Pro, and I think they can DJI, even the Hero 12. So you shouldn't be using a GoPro, in my personal opinion. But yeah, like this is a company I reached out to, and because I use it all the time, so I'm super happy that they're partnering with me. And the partnering is it's a weird one. Usually with partnerships, it's like I will use your product, I will have an affiliate code, I can make money at no extra cost to the people using it. Sponsorships are going to be a little bit different because it's like one of those things where it could be, here's a 5-second ad, here's a card at the bottom, blah blah blah. But yeah, people that say things like I spent my own money. There's a couple of I'd say asterisks to that. There's people out there that are exceptions rather than the rule. I think that Ian from Big Rock Moto is one of those guys where like he spends his own money, but he's very transparent about how he makes money. So don't feel so skeevy about that. But like in the camping world and in like the outdoors world, there's a lot of people who are like really taking advantage of the naive understanding of how it works of most average viewers, and they're saying things like, I bought my own money, so you know that you can trust my opinion. And I'm like, well, now you don't legally have to tell me where you're making money. So it's like, oh, you could be saying this is crap, but linking to an alternative with a company you are working for. It's really skeevy. It gives me the ick, and I want to avoid that at all costs. So the transparency part of this is going to be, I am going to try my best to be an independent source of reviews when it comes to stuff like that. I'm going to lean heavily on work from you boners. I would prefer not to have to take from any company if I can at all help it. Just because that'll, whether you want to admit it or not, receiving money for something, it does color your commentary a little bit. I think it's impossible to be biased if a company is paying you money. Excuse me. I had like 3 cups of coffee already. It's really hard, like whether or not you admit it or not, it's hard to say an unbiased source of information. If money is being put in your pocket directly from the company, that's weird. But I'm going to try my best not to have to get to that point. I will gladly accept items for review from people because that's that. I mean, I'm not going to spend a whole crap ton of my own money and go broke, hoping that I can recoup it in some sort of way. Oh, you have the Hero 5. Is it the Hero 5 session? I think I still have one of those. Or is it like the regular Hero 5? Or did they even have a regular Hero 5? I think it was like the 4 and then the 5. Either way, I also have a 5 somewhere around here that's a Hero 5 session. But I'm using currently... currently, I use the Hero 10. And I'm trying very desperately to get out of it. I think GoPro is a horrible company and they have a chokehold on it. Shh, and take my money. Oh, I need to I need to figure out all the weird like pop-ups and stuff so we can have some of that when I do the live chats. I want to do these like probably once a month because it's nice not to have to. I've got a video I'm working on that weather has been shitty, and so these are nice to kind of give me a little buffer. Also, everybody in this house is sick except for me. I'm like reverse quarantined. I have to like walk around the house with a mask on and like tiptoe and wash my hands every time I touch anything. So it's been a busy week. So these live chats are one, a good thing for me to kind of give myself a buffer, but also to hang out with you guys because I like hanging out with you guys. We don't get to do it in person as much as I like, but yeah, I think that everybody that starts a YouTube channel kind of has that thought of like how to talk to companies, how to set expectations of viewers. Like I think Ian is the best example of a person who's built a good reputation about being transparent and honest. So when he says I've purchased this with my own money, I don't immediately knee-jerk reaction cringe because I watch him and I talked to him before, and I believe that he is as honest as you can possibly be when it comes to things like that. And I think that's a good thing to set that expectation when you're dealing with people who are coming to your channel to watch whether or not they want to get that item. You have a responsibility to them to be honest and upfront so that they can make their own judgment. That's also why I've changed the way I do reviews to be more of a interactive thing where you guys ask me questions about the items and then I answer those. I do feel like that doesn't waste my time, it doesn't waste your time, and then it gives you the information that you're searching for. But it also gives me an opportunity to reach out to these companies and, hey, this is a very interactive process, and you send out an item, review it, and then I don't have to take money from anybody. But where I deviate from like monetization strategies is I was thinking about doing a Patreon. I talked to Shade Tree, and I'm going to hold off on that because I think the membership is going to be a good kind of like, it's a low barrier to entry. We can add more things. It integrates good, and like I prefer having the one-stop shop for places that you guys can interact. And I've had several people ask how they can help out in any way. I don't. You can help by literally. I don't want to say I won't take your money because I'll fucking take your money, but like, you know, the biggest help is just the interaction I get. There's a lot of people. Yeah, membership, my guy. At the bottom of every one of my videos now, part of the YouTube partnership, the first tier, is you can join. I think it's like $3 a month, $3 or $4 a month. I'd have to look again. It's like $3.99. It'll get you a few perks, and then once we get enough people, um, start doing like some member only stuff. Memberships. Nice. It's hard to have the to pick up on sarcasm and stuff. Membership. Um, those are it's a great way to help, but like honestly, like you guys know, uh, just happy to be. You guys are engaged. I'm happy like new people are finding my stuff. We crossed over 1,100 subs. Just like a couple weeks ago. So my main goal is to get more people eyes on the prize, like more people visible. So like sharing this video and like talking to your friends about it. Those are the best ways to do it because like then I don't have to worry about the paid promotions and all that jazz. But YouTube as a business is been very interesting now seeing the back end of it that I never saw that much of while working with Chase. So I was a very front end kind of guy. Take that out of context. Uh, margaritas. Going to you or 10 more ghost strawberry markers. But yeah, those are like honestly, you guys just being involved and sharing and whatnot has been amazing, and that's a great way to get more eyes on the channel for companies to work with. I've got a couple more that I'm waiting on responses for, and to see if I can work with them. I want to sign up a couple of channel sponsors so that can kind of take care of the basic needs, and then just use memberships for people who absolutely want to support directly. That's going to be, I think, the way that I'm going to handle that. But yeah, it's a fine line for people to walk, honestly, and I see a lot of people like veterans who are doing things that and not that they're wrong. It just rubs me the wrong way, you know, a little skeevy. Um, but then like I said, there's people like Ben, Dork in the Road, who's very transparent about the way that he monetizes his channel and stuff. I want to get to that point where people know that they can trust what I'm saying is going to be I'm not going to read a script. I'm not going to take money for review, those kind of. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the monetization part. I don't have all the answers for these things, but I love talking about it and I love researching it, and I've done a lot of researching in the last couple months to prepare for this moment to make sure that I'm doing the right thing the right way, and that I'm not being a skeevy fucking jerk about it, like I don't want to be weird and like just be a pusher man and try to get money from everybody. So like I want to try to be as self-sufficient as possible. Uh, the next order of business is going to be content moving forward for the rest of this year. Got several big trips planned out. And there may be some in between videos that are kind of, I don't want to say phoned in, but definitely like lower effort because I want to focus my energy on bigger projects and some collaboration. So if you guys know anybody in kind of the adventure or travel space that you guys watch, you can put them in the chat. You can put them in the comments. I'm always here for checking out. You can hit, if you're on Discord, you can hit me up. Hit me up on Instagram. There'll be a link to that in the description. But I'm always looking forward to meeting new people in the space, not necessarily motorcycle related, but that helps, of course. St. Louis would be an interesting trip. I don't know how far away is St. Louis. You would know better than I, that is for sure. Let's see. far is St. Louis away? That's not horrible. It's like 8 hours, eight and some change, depending on traffic. Colorado, yeah, I'm gonna like no offense, buds, but like Colorado definitely sounds like a better trip than St. Louis. No offense to St. Louis, but like I've been to Colorado twice now, and it's a pretty sweet gig. Also, riding up there is gonna be Colorado is now you've got me thinking about it. Um, my trips that I have planned are mostly in the southeast at this point. I've got some fairly long trips, couple day trips and whatnot. Um, but the next step is once I can start having some backing through these companies and supporters and stuff like that, my fellow boners, that I'll be able to at least break even on a big trip. Try to get some sponsors to go out to places like Colorado, California, South Dakotas, Montana, and then eventually make my way up to like Washington State, Pacific Northwest, and things like that. I will not. If I can ride the Super Hawk to Nashville and back, you can ride the Tiger to St. Louis. Yeah, it's not about the ride. The 8 hours is not bad. It's just like if you're giving me the option of St. Louis or Colorado, no offense to St. Louis, but I'm gonna prioritize Colorado. Now, if I can't afford the trip to Colorado, then it defaults to the second choice, which would be, in this case, St. Louis. My wife went to St. Louis. She said it went bad. Just, the north part of the east of Continental Divide. Kind of meh comparative. I love the West Coast. West of the Continental Divide is probably some of my favorite locations I've ever ridden or driven through. Something very interesting about it on a map. But yeah, this is kind of a love letter to you guys and to the companies that have decided to work with me, like Revzilla, Cardo, Revit, like that. But also kind of. Well, I love the fight between St. Louis and it's a tale as old as time. Colorado versus St. Louis. I don't think anybody's ever had that fight. But yeah, also kind of an ode to honesty. I want to be very transparent. I'm going to do my best. Um, and I think that people that are thinking about getting into content creation as a business, be your own boss kind of thing, should also think about like that. How do you want to be great? How do you want to be seen by people who are watching your videos? Do you want them to understand that you're just going to take money and here's the thing, or do you want to provide a service? I like doing reviews because I use YouTube to figure out if I'm going to spend money on something. So I want to provide that service for other people because I feel like it's beneficial. All over for, yeah, exactly. Jay, the the West Coast is just, you can even see it on a map, my guy. Like you look at the elevation, the map on like Google Earth or something like that, and there's just this hard line, and everything here premium. Like the Appalachian Mountains they're a good chunk of mountain, but when you look at it on the map, it's like just this little hill compared to. I still remember when me and Patty drove into Colorado and we were like an hour away and we could see the fucking mountain in the distance, the Rockies and stuff, and you're just like, oh, that's huge. And then you get there and you're like, this is the largest chunk of land I've ever seen. Yeah, first ride over the Rockies, they like we went into Colorado and then headed north to Wyoming. So we were like right along the line, just kind of on the east side of the mountain range. But even that, it was just like, this is fucking wild, dude. I don't know what I was expecting when I went out there, and because you see people riding around out there and you see it from their point of view, but like getting to see those mountains up close and you're just like confronted with a wall of like 10,000 feet plus of mountains. You're like, oh, this is a different world. Same thing happened when we went to South Dakota for the first time. You go into the Black Hills and you're like, oh, this is a different. This is definitely not the Appalachian Mountains. Like, this is a different world, different vibe. And I'm really curious about like Montana and stuff like that. I've seen parts of Wyoming. I need to get the same kind of vibe. But those trips are like a little bit further out than I would. My main focus for this channel is going to be collaborating with other people. That's a big part of what I like doing. Like, small backstory. When I was 9, I started playing guitar and drums, and I played those instruments alone in my room until I was like 15, and I felt fairly competent and good at what I was doing, but I didn't feel any more growth as a musician until I started playing alongside another person, and then I realized what I didn't know. I grew creatively, and I feel that way. That's why I, years ago, dropped. In 2013, I started making videos, and then I stopped so that I could do a side project of D&D weekly web series with some friends of mine. And the reason I said yes to it is because I prefer creative. I mean, it's very self-serving because I am personally fulfilled by working with people, but I'm also like, it benefits the channel. And right now I don't have much to offer them other than my undying gratitude. But it also is, I feel more fulfilled working with other people. So that's like going to be the big thing for 2024 for me, trying to meet and work with a lot of other creators, though there is not much in the way of creators in the Southeast. So that's the hurdle that I'm trying to get over. Also going to try to do a lot more camping and off-road riding this year than I compared to last year. So I have a couple of those. You guys like camping videos? Like I personally, I enjoyed making them, and I would like to make more of them. But I don't know if the motorcycle community is like hardcore into camping, or if it's just like my one little subsection of motorcyclists that like it. But you guys let me know. And if there's any ideas that people have about what they'd like to see in the channel, I will always, as long as I can fit it in my 4 little categories: travel, adventure, reviews, and camping, I'm happy to make that as broad as possible. You guys have any questions? Yeah, the same, dude. I follow a lot more camping channels than motorcycles ones lately. Like, there's a little bit of crossover. One of my favorite channels when I was getting into camping was the REI channel because of Miranda, but now she's on her own. Miranda in the Wild, I think it's called. She's delightful. I've had the chance to meet and talk with her. I was talking with her production crew, and trying to get something working out with them for like moto camping crossover, but don't have their contact in. Yeah, Rob's channel blew up faster than Motofields. 2 things though. Rob is an amazing content creator, but also like the novelty of the ASMR thing and his skill as a videographer and editor put that like right over the edge. Yeah, Rainer and Abby. My channel, gosh darn, she's amazing. She is every bit of the person that you see on the videos, and Rainer is awesome, and is also a motorcyclist, if I recall correctly. I had their information, but I was gonna get in touch with them and try to do a crossover of moto camping and how it relates to how it kind of compares. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do crossovers and collabs with people who are like roundabout kind of in the same but far enough removed where it's going to be like interesting new experience. That's something that I'd be very interested in doing. Not just like the motorcycle community, but like there's a young lady here in Atlanta that does a lot of like day trips and stuff like that. Nothing to do with motorcycles. I'd love to do like a crossover kind of collab with her, things like that. So if you guys have any suggestions of people to work with or follow anybody that is in that kind of world, send them my way. Try to get them in contact. Email is yankimedia.com. YankiBeeau at YankiMedia.com. So have them send my way. I think that email is listed on my YouTube channel as well. But that's it for, like I said, these are kind of fun to do for me because I can get a little bit of not a full video worth of stuff. And if we get like a bunch of boners together, we can maybe like make a monthly thing of just like hanging out and chatting as I'm working on other shit. And I think that'd be fun too. As always, the best way that you guys can support is just by being you and interacting as you. I'm going to mask up and go to the store. I've got to go through the House of Plague. So it's like COVID. And for like a week, people were like in the living room and kitchen and stuff. And I'm just down here reverse quarantined. The boner party. I'm here for it. I'm going to make a shirt for boners, which is a hell of a sentence to say out loud. But I've got an idea that is going to be hilarious that I want to implement and have a boner crew shirt. Like that's the main goal. At any rate, I am going to get out of here. I appreciate you guys, and also I appreciate the super chats and stuff like that. Next week is likely going to be. I haven't decided yet whether I'm doing a video on Doodle because me and her went out to a racetrack. I went to help her with a video. Or if it's going to be the next in the I Ride to Survive series. Or some other random shit that I'll think of in the middle of Triumph and talk to them. Might start doing some work with them and showcasing bikes and stuff. Until the next time, you fucking boners. I love you all. See you next week.